Hey everyone, Irit here with a new process video for Hip Kit Club, and today I will be creating this very colorful layout. So the theme today is actually to use the Starburst paper, that gorgeous paper that we're getting in the April kits from Horizon, the new Paige Evans collection. But I am working ahead since I am going on vacation. I mean, by the time this video goes up, I will actually have just returned from my vacation. So hopefully I will have the April kits and I can do an unboxing video and start playing with them. But yeah, so I can't use that paper because I don't have the April kits yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own. And this is actually such a easy, fun way of making your own, I guess, kind of, sort of pattern paper. I mean, the possibilities here are really endless, and you can play around with these pieces of paper and just create, I don't know, really interesting designs. It's also, I find this is a really easy way of using patterns and mixing patterns. Because, I don't know, it just all comes together, and I guess maybe because they're not really layered but just next to each other, and there's like a lot of white space also in between, it doesn't look busy at all, in my opinion. Of course, you can build it up, you can add more layers. I went a little bit crazy with the embellishments at the end, but I think like the base here, you can create something really clean, I would say, but still use lots of pattern papers. And I know for me that's many times that's a struggle for me, because I love all these gorgeous florals from Maggie Holmes and bold prints, but I don't always know how to use a lot of them on my layout. So I usually find that in small doses it works better for me, but this is a really fun way of doing this. So I was just playing a lot with this until I finally got to the design that I went with. But you can just see, I mean, there's like so much you can do with these. And of course you can use squares, you can use whatever shape you want. You can also measure stuff, but I don't roll that way because I'm lazy and I can't be bothered. So I'm just going to have to make do with what I have, and don't worry, it will all come together. I thought about using that pink cardstock, but no, I'm going to use this white. And I left this part in the video just so you can see, I mean, you can really have fun with this. I thought about doing something different, but then I decided to be good and stick to the theme, which was that Starburst paper, or you know, whatever version of it that I'm going to create here. So I am going to listen to the instructions and do something that basically looks like a starburst. I mean, a lot of it is going to get covered, but I guess that's always the case, right? Because we always cover a lot of the background with our photos and embellishments and all those good things. So that's also the nice thing about using one collection. I think all the papers that I'm going to use here are from Maggie Holmes, because you know that you can mix all the patterns and they are going to coordinate, because you know they're from the same collection and it's the same color palette. The yellow is the same yellow throughout, and the green is the same, and you know what I mean. You get it. Also, I really stuck to the patterns that I liked the most, and there is a lot of like lighter palette patterns here, because that's what I like. And this is also looking actually quite good, but I'm not gonna go with that. See, that looked good. But yeah, now I'm gonna try to do something all over the page. I was just playing with it because this was fun and I was wondering what I can get. Yeah, there's a lot of options here, and I think what helps to bring it all together is the stitching. So I'm going to stitch through every piece, and this is another design that I had to create this frame from the pattern papers. It was just an idea, and I wanted to show it to you so you can choose which design speaks to you the most. So you can do this also, for example, with just like one color. So take like all the pink papers or all the ones with like a white background or all the green papers or whatever. I don't know with which supplies you're working with, but obviously this design would work with anything. This is a great way to use scraps. And yeah, lots of patterns, 6x6 paper pads if you have those. So very, very versatile. And again, what I like about it is that it really gives me the opportunity to use some of these florals. I find myself, mostly fussy cutting them because the paper itself, for me personally, is a little bit more challenging to use. Just because I like things very light and bright. But in this particular design, I think it really, really worked. And I really like it because, nobody does florals like Maggie Holmes, right? I mean, she just makes the best. So we are still, I am still without double-sided tape, which I can't believe that I have survived this long. Hashtag first world problems. But I should be getting it in the mail, I think, today. Yeah. So I skipped a few stages ahead. It was just like a lot of like moving things around, but I knew I wanted to use some of the Project Life cards to kind of mat my photo or the area of my photo and my title. And the theme today is also to use the acetate letters that are coming in the April kit, but again, I didn't have them, so I decided to use some of the acetate embellishments that came with this Heidi Swap ephemera, which is gorgeous. I mean, this whole Heidi Swap collection, everything that we got in the kits from that collection, I absolutely love. And you see here, I didn't stick to the Maggie Holmes stuff. And yeah, the way that I used that little piece of Wonderful, I always struggle to use acetate shapes because my layouts tend to be very layered. And if you layer something, like an acetate on lots of layers, it just looks busy. So what I did here, I grabbed one of the Project Life 3x4 cards that had this block of white at the bottom of it, and then that pink pattern at the top. And I just glued that word Wonderful over that white area. And so I have, I can just use the card and move it around, and all the patterns and all that stuff are not going to show under that piece of acetate. So that's how I got over that hurdle. And oh my goodness, this woman can't make up her mind. But yeah, I finally did. And it's always that struggle, that old struggle as scrapbookers have to deal with, like which parts of the background to cover. I mean, on one hand, you sometimes get attached to certain areas of your background, and then on the other, you have to make good design decisions. So you have to get less precious. Yeah, so here I'm just going to embellish, and I'm just going to go through the stickers here. I'm going to use some of these gorgeous cardstock stickers that are exclusive to the kit. I really like the tabs that came with the Heidi Swap ephemera. There are a few tabs and they're really colorful and pretty. So I'm going to use 2 here, and I'm going to layer them with some word stickers. I think someone was visiting me. Oh, I think Ella came, and I think at some point she wants to say hello, and she will. So I'm just layering these tabs with some word stickers from the Hip Kit Club exclusive sticker sheet. You can see that on the left side, and I'm going to run it through my sewing machine. You can also see that I added the stitching around all the patterns of the pieces of pattern paper, and that just gives it that extra touch, and to me it makes it look like a finished piece, like those tabs, and not just, you know, a tab with a sticker on top. I think the stitching makes all the difference, and I struggle not to stitch when I create these little layered embellishments. So adding some more bits and pieces to my layout, and I'm trying to use now all the ice cream fruit embellishments. Sorry, that word escaped me for some reason. Because Lily is eating here ice cream, and I added my journaling on another Project Life card and added a bunch of embellishments. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in another one soon. Bye.